Dear student, today I will take the topic of the module 3 gradually varied flow. Okay, gradually varied flow. See here, already studied in the non-uniform flow is divided into two categories. The one is rapidly varied flow, already you studied rapidly varied flow, hydraulic jump takes place. Okay, now go for the gradually varied flow. Okay, the gradually varied flow means what? The depth of the flow means the depth of the flow, depth of flow, depth of flow changes gradually over a long length of the channel. Okay, changes over a long length of the channel. Okay, long length of the channel is called as a gradually varied flow. See here, the gradually varied flow means the depth of the flow in a channel. Okay, depth of the flow in a channel changes over a long length of the channel. Okay, see here the figure already studied. In the figure, the first it will be uniform flow. The depth is not going to change. The depth is not going to change because here it is constant. Okay, constant with length. Okay, constant with respect to the space. It's not going to change with respect to length or with respect to space. Space means it's collectively the coordinate of the x, y, z. Collectively we can call it as a space coordinate. Okay, so here just see the figure. Okay, this is the channel. Okay, here the depth is not going to change up to section 1 up to section 1 is not going to change. Okay, means okay, you take it as this is section 2. Okay, section 2 and here it is take it as a section 1. Okay, from the 1 to 2. Okay, from the section 1 to 2, the depth is not going to change. Here d1, here it also d1. Okay, the depth is not going to change. Okay, so such flow is called a uniform flow. Then afterwards non-uniform flow. In non-uniform flow they are also classified, divided into gradually varied flow and rapidly varied flow. If there is any obstacles, okay, just check here, there will be obstacles. Okay, what happened? The depth of the flow gradually changes. Okay, see this is the section 3. From here the depth of the flow gradually changes. Okay, depth of the flow from the section 2 to 3. Okay, 2 to section 3 is gradually changes. Here d1 and here it will be d2. The height will be the different. Okay, the height, depth of the flow will be different at the section 2 and section 3. This is the non-uniform flow, but the changes of the depth is gradually increases. Okay, gradually changes over a long length of the channel is called as a gradually varied flow. This is uniform non-uniform flow but gradually varied flow. And sudden changes in depth, fall down and rise. Okay, here this will be the rapidly varied flow. Yes, now we are going to study the section from 2 to 3 means the gradually varied flow. The definition of the gradually varied flow means the depth of the flow of a channel changes over a long length of the channel, gradually changes over a long length of the channel is called as a gradually varied flow. Okay, over. So now this we can denote it as a GVF, gradually varied flow. Now we go for the topic of the equation of the gradually varied flow. Okay, equation of gradually varied flow. Okay, before deriving an equation, for the gradually varied flow, the following assumptions are made. There are different type of assumptions are made before deriving the equations for the gradually varied flow. Okay, the first one is the bed slope of channel is small. Here the bed slope is very small, is negligible. Okay, the first assumptions we made, the bed slope of the bed of the channel is very less, is very small. And second assumption we made, the flow is steady. What do you mean by steady flow? Steady and non-steady. You already studied steady and non-steady, right? Steady flow means the parameters like a depth of the flow, okay, velocity is not going to change with respect to time, okay, is not going to with respect to time. This the flow is a steady and non-uniform flow. Okay, you got my point. The flow is a steady and non-uniform flow. Only the depth changes with respect to the length, but it is not going to changes with respect to time. Okay, with respect to time it's not going to change. You will just take it as a t1 and t2, but at the section same. Okay, you just take here the section a. After 30 minutes, after 30 seconds, whatever, the depth is same, means it is a steady flow. Okay, the depth at this section is change over a time. Okay, over a time it is not going to change the constant. Okay, so this is the steady flow. Okay, if it is going to change, then it is unsteady flow, non-steady flow. Okay, so here this is the steady and non-uniform flow. Okay, the second is the flow is steady flow. Means if the flow is steady, then the discharge will be constant, right? Discharge will be same over a time, right? Discharge will be constant. Okay, here the discharge of the non-uniform flow is a constant because the steady flow, you know, because the discharge is not going to change with respect to time. Okay, over. The third, the accelerative effect is negligible, and hence the hydrostatic pressure distribution prevails over the channel cross section. Here accelerative effect is negligible. Okay, effect is negligible. Okay, acceleration effective means the change over the acceleration, change of the acceleration, okay, means is negligible here. Okay, the fourth one is the energy correction factor. Energy correction factor is alpha is unity. Okay, here correction factor, we are going to assume the energy correction will be unity. Okay, we are going to assume energy correction is a 1. Okay, the fifth one, the roughness coefficient is constant for the length of the channel. The roughness coefficient means is depends upon the material used for the lining. You already studied the Manning's constant, Basin's constant. Okay, so depends upon the roughness coefficient, that constant is going to change, right? The constant, the Basin's constant, Manning's constant, okay, is going to change, depends upon the roughness coefficient of the channel. Here we are going to assume the roughness coefficient is constant. Roughness coefficient is constant. Okay, you got my point? Okay, here we are going to assume the roughness coefficient is constant. Okay, next, sixth assumption we made, the formula such as Chezy's formula, Manning's formula, which are applicable to the uniform flow, are also applicable to the gradually varied flow for determine the slope of the energy line. Okay, you already studied in the uniform flow to find out the discharge. Okay, there are different formulas we are going to apply. Chezy's formula, okay, Chezy's formula, but to find out the Chezy's constant, Manning's formula, okay, all are same, applicable to the in non-uniform flow, gradually varied. Okay, gradually varied non-uniform flow, it is a applicable in a gradually varied flow. Okay, here the Chezy's formula, Manning's formula, okay, etc., which are applicable to the uniform flow. This formula we are used for the uniform flow, okay, which are applicable to the uniform flow, are also applicable to the gradually varied flow, Okay, these are the assumptions we made for to find out the derive the equation for the gradually varied flow. Okay, you got my point? And the seventh assumption we made, the channel is prismatic. The channel is prismatic. Prismatic means there will be a boundary. Okay, there will be a boundary. Prismatic, the channel is prismatic. Okay, these are the 7 assumptions we made before deriving the equations of the gradually varied flow. Okay, now consider a rectangular channel having a gradually varied flow. Okay, now consider a rectangular channel, okay, having a gradually varied flow. See here this figure. Okay, this is the datum line. Okay, this is the bed of the channel, slope of the bed. Okay, this is the free surface of the flow. Okay, over. Now this is the energy line. Okay, this is the energy line. Here this is Z, right? From the datum line to the bottom of the channel, bottom of the bed of the channel is Z. Okay, potential head. Okay, potential head. And here it is H. Potential head is summation of the depth plus Z. Okay, this is the elevation. Okay, elevation head. And here it is kinetic head, V square divided by 2G. This is the kinetic head. Okay, here it is the energy line, and here it is the free surface, and slope makes an angle I. Okay, it is very small. Okay, this is the channel makes an angle I. Okay, is a very small. Okay, already made the assumption the slope of the bed is very small. Okay, this also I, it will come. Okay, this also get a I. Okay, I means is the slope of the energy line. Here slope of the bottom IB. Okay, is denoted as a IB. You got my point? This is the slope of the bottom. This is the slope of the energy line IE and IB. Over. Okay, see, consider a rectangular channel having a gradually varied flow. Here it is the gradually varied flow. Okay, flow is gradually decreases in the direction of flow. Okay, the flow is gradually decreases in the direction of flow. In this figure it's shown the flow is gradually decreases. Okay, this H is going to decrease in the directions of the flow, in the directions of X. You can take it as this is the direction of flow is X. Okay, in the directions of the flow. So let here Z, height of the bottom channel. Okay, is the height of bottom channel above datum. Height of the bottom channel above datum. Okay, H is the height of the bottom channel above the datum. This is the datum line. Okay, next H, depth of the flow. See at the section here, the depth of the flow. Okay, is the depth of flow. You got my point? Okay, next V. V is the mean velocity. Is mean velocity. Okay, V mean velocity of flow. Next IB. IB is slope of the channel bed. Okay, slope of channel bed. Slope of channel bed. And IE is the slope of the energy line. See, this is the energy line, the slope of the energy line. IE is slope of energy line. You got my point? Okay, I is the slope of the energy line. B is width of channel. B is width of channel. And Q is the discharge through the channel. Q is discharge through the channel. Okay, over. Now you know the energy equation. Okay, see, this is figure. Okay, here all parameters gave. Z is the height of the bottom, okay, and depth of the flow, h is the depth of the flow, v is the mean velocity of the flow, ib is the slope of the bed, and I is the slope of the energy line, b is the width of the channel. Okay, this is the cross section, it is the width of the channel, and q is the discharge of the channel. Okay, now go for the energy equation. Specific energy, E is equal to potential energy, right, is Z plus H. In the previous case, we assumed the bottom of the channel is with a datum line. Okay, datum line and bottom of the channel is coincident. Okay, coincide. So what happened? Z is equal to 0, right? Z is equal to 0, and here they mentioned Z, the bottom of the channel maintains some distance with the datum. Okay, Z. Okay, Z plus H is the EP. Okay, potential, plus EK is V square divided by 2G. Got my point? Okay, so differentiate this equation with respect to x, with respect to flow, right? This is the energy line is going to change with respect to length, with respect to the flow direction, right? You got my point? Okay, see here, this the energy line is going to change with respect to the length in the directions of the flow. So here differentiating the energy equation with respect to x, okay, where x is measured along the bottom of the channel. Okay, where x is the measured along the bottom of the channel in the directions of the flow. Okay, x is measured along the bottom of the channel in the directions of the flow. So we get the equation, differentiation of the equation, E dE by dH means H is dE by dx, right, with respect to x is equal to dz by dx plus dH by dx plus d by differentiation of the v square divided by 2g. Yes, you got my point? Over? Okay, now we know that velocity is equal to discharge by area, right? From the continuity equation, q is equal to area into velocity. From that equation you got the velocity is equal to discharge by area. So q, v is equal to q by area is equal to breadth into height of the flow, width of the channel into height of the flow. You got my point? So now we going to differentiate only this part. Okay, these are already you know. Okay, dz by dx plus dh by dx. Okay, leave it this part. Okay, now only we differentiating this one. Afterwards you can complete this equation. Okay, so now only concentrating this term. Okay, this part, last part. Okay, differentiation of d by dx of v square divided by 2g, okay, is equal to, you know, v square is equal to q by v square is equal to v is equal to q divided by bh, right? So v square is equal to differentiation of with respect to x, v square is equal to q square divided by b square into h square, right? Instead of v you substitute the value of q by b into h, right? You got my point? Okay, now you got divide into 1 by 2g, is it? Okay, here see the term q, discharge is constant, width is also constant, and gravity are constant, right? Discharge, width and gravity. Width is not going to change, only the depth of the flow is going to change, right? You got my point? In gradually varied flow, the depth of the flow changes gradually over a long length of the channel. Only the depth is going to change. Here width is constant, width, and this gravity is constant, and discharge is constant because steady flow. Okay, so now we're going to take outside. Okay, this constant term, constant part, you're going to take outside, so it will become q square divided by b square into 2g, okay, 1 divided by h square, 1 divided by h square into d by dx, okay, d by dx. See, we have to differentiate this h square, the term is h. Okay, so what to do? Multiply with dh, multiply and divide by dh. Okay, multiply and divide, multiply and divide by dh. You got my point? Okay, so q square divided by b square 2g into multiply and divide by dh. So it will become d by dh, okay, of 1 by h square into dh by dx. Is it correct? Just go through it. Okay, here we are going to multiply with this equation, okay, with a dh by dh, multiply and divide. Okay, so the term it will become, now you can differentiate 1 by h square, right? D by dh, okay, differentiate with respect to h. Okay, so now q square divided by b square into 2g into d by dh of 1 by h square, or h power minus 2. H power minus 2, you know, x power n, n is equal to differentiation of x power n is equal to n into x power n minus 1. So it will come this minus 2 divided by h cube, correct, into dh by dx. Yes, over. So the simplify this equation become minus 2q square divided by b square into 2g into h cube, correct, into dh by dx, into dh by dx. Okay, now this 2 is going to cancel, right? Okay, now anything over. Okay, so the equation become minus q square divided by b square into 2, okay, over b square into h square, h cube into g, okay, into g dh by dx, correct. You know the equation v is equal to q by b into h, q by q square by b square into h square. So you just split this, h cube is there, h square into h, okay, you make it. So minus v square divided by hg, okay, into dh by dx, correct. H is on remaining because v square is equal to q square is v square is equal to q square divided by b square into h square. Okay, just substitute here. Okay, now the equation finally it will become minus v square divided by gh into dh by dx. Take it as equation number 2. Now you got the value, this d by differentiation of the v square by divided 2g, you got minus v square divided by gh, right, into dh by dx. You got. So now substitute here. Okay, this is the equation number 1. Substitute this 2 in equation number 1. Okay, this is the main equation. Okay, just we derived only the this last part, right? So now substitute here. Okay, substitute. After substitution, de by dx is equal to dz by dx plus dh by dx. Now that part minus v square divided by gh into dh by dx. Okay, so it will become dz by dx plus dh by dx, the same term, right? 1 minus v square divided by gh, over. Okay, you got my point. Now the equation become dz by dx plus dh by dx into 1 minus v square divided by gh. You know de by dx. What do you mean by de by dx? Differentiation of the energy with respect to x. Okay, energy with respect to length is the gradient line of the energy. Okay, is the energy gradient line, means slope of the energy line, right? You got my point, slope of the energy line. So d by dx, where de by dx is the energy gradient, right? is the change of the energy with respect to the length, is the energy gradient, right? Is slope of the energy line is IE, already denoted in the figure, right? So this will be minus. Why? Because the here the depth is going to decrease, okay? The slope is going to decrease in the directions of the flow, okay? In the directions of the flow, in the directions of the x. And next is the energy gradient, okay? Energy slope of the energy line. Now dz by dx, dz by dx is the bottom line, okay? Up to bottom line, z is the up to the bottom line. So dz by dx is the gradient of the bottom of the channel, means slope of the channel, IB, slope of the bottom of the channel. It's this also minus, okay? This also minus, because here this is going to decreases, okay? This E and Z is going to decreases with respect to the length. When the x is increases, this is going to decrease, okay? Now you substitute these two here, so it will come minus IE is equal to minus IB plus dH by dx 1 minus v square divided by gh. Yes, so minus IB minus here it will come this side, right? So minus IB, okay? dH by dx you keep as it is, okay? So it will become, okay, this one plus will come IB minus IE is equal to dH by dx into 1 minus v square divided by gh, right? So next dH by dx is equal to this dH by dx, the depth of the flow with respect to the x is equal to IB minus IE divided by 1 minus v square divided by gh, okay? You know this FE is equal to v divided by root gh, already you studied, right? So just substitute that value, okay? IB minus IE divided by 1 minus FE square. Yes, you got my point? Okay, this is the equation. So dH by dx is equal to IB minus IE divided by 1 minus FE square, okay? Here as the h is the depth of the flow, and x is the distance measured along the bottom of the channel. X is the distance measured along the bottom of the channel, and hence dH by dx represents the variation of the water depth. The dH by dx represents the variation of the water depth along the bottom of the channel, Here there are three conditions. If the dH by dx is equal to 0, what happened? If the dH by dx is equal to 0 means, yes, what happened? IB minus I is equal to 0, right? IB minus I is equal to 0. dH by dx is equal to 0 means the h will be the constant, right? This is the head, this is the depth of the flow is constant, okay? It means that free surface of the water is parallel to the bed of the channel, means free surface, already you know in the from the figure, this free surface, okay? Is the free surface, this surface, okay, is parallel to the bottom of the channel, okay? The depth is not going to change, okay? Depth is not going to change here. If it is dH by dx, depth is constant, got my point? Okay, when dH by dx is greater than 0 or positive, when dH by dx is greater than 0 or positive, what it indicating? It means the depth of the water increases in the direction of flow, means when x increases, when the depth of the flow, okay, when the x increases, what happen? The depth of the flow is also going to increase, okay? When the depth of the flow increases in the flow directions. It means the height depth of the flow h or d, okay, is increases in the flow direction, in the length of the channel with respect to x. Okay, when the x increases, the depth is also going to increases. Okay, if dh by dx is less than 0 or negative, what it means? It means that the depth of water decreases in the direction flow. When the x increases, the depth of the flow is going to decreases in the depth of the flow is decreases in the directions of flow. Okay, here the depth of the flow is decreases in the direction of the flow. Okay, the profile of the water, such a profile of the water is called drop down curve. Okay, this is called as a drop down curve. Okay, remember this point. Okay, if the depth is decreasing, if the depth is decreases in the directions of the flow, is called as a drop down curve. Okay, itself this name indicating, okay, drop down curve. If the depth is increases with respect to x, means what? That we can call it as a backwater curve. Okay, is called as a backwater curve. Okay, remember this point. Okay, this is called as a backwater curve. When the dh by dx is greater than 0 or positive, the depth of the flow increases in the direction of the flow is called as a backwater curve. Okay, so and if it is decreasing, then it will be called as a drop down curve. Okay, next topic I will continue in the next video class. Okay, thank you.